welcome you to the Medina Township Trustees meeting. This is a regular meeting. The date is November 20th, 2025. And the time is 7 p.m. Please get a roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Christopher?
Yeah.
Mr. Eastwood?
Here.
All right, please get a pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to just take a moment of silence. I'd like to think about our first responders, both here and abroad. A little housekeeping. We do record everything here in the meeting, so please keep any talking to a bare minimum. If you have a watch or a cell phone or anything that may chime or go off, please set it to silence. If you do want to speak at our public comments, please make sure that you are signed in, and please keep your comments to 2 minutes. With that, I'd like to move forward, and the first thing on our docket is approval of previous meeting minutes. First one, I'd like to make a motion to approve the following Board of Trustees meeting minutes. The date is November 6th of 2025. It was a regular trustees meeting. In attendance were trustees Johnson and Christopher.
Second.
Any questions on this one?
No.
I did listen to it, and I like the way it was written out.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following Board of Trustees meeting minutes. The date was December 9th of 2024. It was a special trustees meeting. In attendance were trustees Christopher, Johnson, and Eastwood.
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
No.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Next one, I'd like to make a motion to approve the following Board of Trustees meeting minutes. It's December 13th of 2024. It was an emergency trustees meeting. In attendance were Christopher and Eastwood.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the following Board of Trustees meeting minutes. This one was December 13th, 2024. It's a special trustees meeting. In attendance were trustees Christopher, Eastwood, and Johnson.
Second.
Any discussion on this one? Roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Finally, I'd like to make a motion to approve the following Board of Trustees meeting minutes. This was December 30th of 2024. It was a special trustees meeting. In attendance were trustees Christopher, Johnson, and Eastwood.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
I sure do miss all the special emergencies, don't you?
No,
Roll call, please.
Appreciate you don't getting done.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye. squeak line signature when I was younger.
Next on the agenda is the approval of payroll. I'd like to make a motion to approve payroll dated 11/21/2025 in a total amount of $46,894.23, with total remaining deductions, withholdings, liabilities of $9,875.22, and we'll incorporate this two-page document as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Next on the agenda is an executive session. So I would like to make a motion to go into an executive session with the three trustees, our fiscal officer, and township legal counsel Mike Lyons to discuss imminent litigation.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Time is now 7:11. We are in executive session.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it does make sense.
It's a little more far-fetched than some of her others. Okay. Did you ever read the summary yet?
No, and I still haven't even like.
It's a good one. I read it.
Hold it.
Are you on Sparks? Fan? Not really? Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, Nicholas Sparks? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I read it. I just read his new one, Remain. I'm just not big into the paranormal. So it had a little bit of that, and well, mainly a lot of that. It was a woman who was murdered in her house, and she visualizes to this guy who's staying there, and through her visits with him, he would realize that she was murdered. It was kind of, I'm just not big, I don't. Never heard of it. Just heard my first Mary Higgins Clark.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never heard her. I found a few at a garage sale and they sent her a mystery. It was pretty good. No, I could see the end. You know, I could see
Well, that's why it looks like that.
and Laura Day White, I really like her too.
Yeah, and then some
Sometimes
kids
I have to take a break. Because I'm reading this Jodi Picoult right now.
These are my. Okay, so.
Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you like it?
Yeah, his
Okay.
dad's the president. He's the son.
And don't say it. The little girl has red phone. Yeah. Makes you think of that perspective you never had. So, I won't tell you anymore. It's pretty good sometimes. Your heart breaks and gets mad and all of the above. Yeah, that's too much for me. My niece does that. I try to get it by Thanksgiving. Yeah, us too. It's so short. Oh, so this is really and this is just kind of sitting there.
Okay.
That's my guess.
So this is, I want to show you this. So this is, oh, okay. So do you think they're gonna share here and here? This year, they're gonna give them an easement this year. So this is gonna drive people all that traffic's gonna have to drive past the road. Okay. Just, okay.
We may not get. Yeah. Yeah, cause my mom, she can't travel, so. This is 14 this year. So, yeah. They do, everybody, I do majority of that, you know, and the turkey, potatoes, cause who wants to make potatoes, you know? And my sister always brews pies, which is excellent. So I don't have to cranberries, cause I don't like them, so she makes them, takes them out, whatever doesn't get eaten, you know? They've done salmon, they eat some.
My granddaughter had,
Yeah, that I don't like as much. Yeah, that's what my sister usually ends up doing. When we were growing up, Mom made us get the grinder out. Grinding oranges and too tart for me, I'm not a tart person, I like sweet. So, I never,
my friend was. Next week, I'm just gonna go along. Can you imagine this being an easement?
my sister's sick of milk, her truck's
Some
in
kids
cancer
coming in
still.
here.
She can. So she'll bake through the freeze it. And then, you know, she's always got something in there, she's good that way, I'm not good like that. I fly by the seat of her. But it's nice that she's an excellent baker. Yeah, whole turkey, half ham, well, duck and a whole ham, so it's my favorite. We always did, you know, my daughter wants some to take home, my sister wants some to take home, so it works. Okay, I think it's a good. The best ham, I won't go down to I forget who had one, I think it's my sister. And I was like, this ham is good. Walter had the small ones, and then Beaver's had the big, very, very good taste to them. I don't know what's different, but they are, I don't know. Very small. I never used to run. Yeah.
And then put the rub on it.
Yeah. I just looked up a recipe.
For the bride?
Pinterest or Google or whatever, and it gave me how to do it. It's basically just salt and herbs and wash. But then it has to sit in there covered for 24 to 48 hours, I think. That's what we found too. I was shocked at
Not that anybody's coming.
just in case, right?
We've always practiced.
Well, they will. I did it that first time. It's just like, it was excellent. It was excellent. We did have a meeting, she doesn't do
If there's something good there, people will find it. If there's something decent enough here, people will power down, cause there'll be like a cold coffee house, go down there, swing in there, and then give you a heads up. It's good. This is what they're talking about. Granger. And then here, Granger, but here. This is what chicken broth. And he said he wanted to do, drive-through. So this is where you come up with the drive-through, come out. But he wanted to add this.
I couldn't do that because where does your money go? And then that makes them question,
This is where he wanted to add.
which is what we're at.
Truck,
So,
food truck, bicycle thing. Yep, this year.
yeah.
And rabbits.
That's awesome.
It's because they're farm. And they have landscapes.
Waiting on this one. When is it gonna come?
So there's a.
We're back from executive session where no decisions were made. Three trustees and the fiscal officer, along with Mike Lyons, discussed imminent litigation and nothing going on there. So we're gonna move on. Oh, the time is 7:31. So next on our agenda is purchase orders and variance requests. Anybody have any purchase orders?
I do not have one in front of me.
Christopher?
I do. The one time, right? We can go for months and never have one.
All right, I'll let you have one.
Couple of training requests. First one, I make a motion to approve the Medina Township Trustees. And this is for November, is today's date, in the amount of $185. And this is for the 2026 OTA conference in Columbus, Ohio, February 4th through the 6th of 2026. The training, gain better understanding of the entire working of a township. And this is for Kayla Webb.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Next one, another training request. This is, I make a motion to approve the training request, and this is again dated today. And the undersigned respectfully request an application for a total appropriation of $199. And this is government conducting records and inventory purge webinar on the date of February 3rd, 2026. The attendance of the undersigned at the aforementioned meeting, conference, seminar is necessary for reason training to ensure compliance on record inventory and purge process. And this is for Janine Abdel Karim.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Sure like to simplify that public, that training request form.
Roll call.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Anything else?
That's it.
I feel left left out.
You don't have any? Mark it down.
All right. 34. Next on the agenda is approval of accounts payable. So I'd like to make a motion to approve accounts payable dated 11/8/2025 to 11/21 of 2025 with digital check numbers 66-2025 and physical check numbers 34520 34543 for the total amount of $63,655.24, and we will incorporate this one-page document as presented.
Second?
Any questions? Discussion?
No.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Good. All right, so next on the agenda is Medina County SPCA donation. So a couple things on this one. I'm gonna start with, we always get a letter every year from the, the SPCA, and we have traditionally given 15% of what they have for their expenses. And so like this last year, it said total expenses of $10,186.25. So when you do the math, that came out, I'm not doing the math right now, but it says $1,527.94. So one of the issues that we have on here, and I'm gonna just read that, we realized that the SPCA donation was included in last meeting's accounts payable before the board formally approved the donation. The check wasn't signed, and we are correcting that tonight by properly approving the donation and authorizing the payment. So I do have a blank check here, but I still would like to talk to the board about, approving a donation to this worthy cause. So with that being said, I would like to make a motion to approve a $1,527.94 donation for Medina Township from the Medina Township to Medina County SPCA, and to approve the fiscal officer to issue this payment accordingly.
Second.
Any other discussion?
I just concur that what you said, I learned when I first got on, this was a traditional thing for the 15%.
Yeah, I mean, you could give more, you could get a lot. I mean, when they say that their expense to the township is over $10,000, it is kind of, wow, it seems like a lot, but, we've always given, and no complaints. So, roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
You also sign the check.
Get that one.
next on the agenda is a Rumpke update agreement.
Wanna go a little bit?
Mr. Eastwood?
So we received notice from Rumpke that they wanted to, get a signature to reaffirm a new year, to renew it, and everything that goes along with that, and they wanna do everything electronically. And while there would be a motion on our part to renew it to begin with, and the signature thing, we would wanna work through who that contact person was. One of the better things that came out of this, at least in my opinion, is that Denny was able to start looking at the dollars and saying, you know, we got police, admin, fire, and, service garage. And he really, and to his credit, he really believes we can do better than what we're currently in agreement under. And I believe, if I represent this wrong, tell me, Denny, but the thought was we could consider contracting with another entity, possibly the city of Medina, and, get down to having 2 collection points so that we could take from here and from the fire department and move them to the police department and the service garage, cause it's usually just a bag. And cut our costs dramatically. Even if there's some overlap in services, we gotta find some of that out as far as if there's a minimum of so many days notice, but before we would re-engage or renew something, we wanted to find out what those details were. If we can save the township money, that one seems like a pretty simple decision. How'd I do?
Good. Janine has been, emailing Rumpke back and forth, and, they're saying the price is gonna go up the first of the year, if we don't sign that, correct? If we don't sign it, it's going up anyhow, the first of the year, but our contract does run until March of 27? March of 27 right now, because it automatically rolled over before. So we need to find out what our penalty's gonna be if we get out of that contract, that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay,
Trying to figure out what the penalty will be, so hopefully by next meeting I'll have all the numbers,
okay.
and we can hopefully move forward and see what we wanna do.
Well, I appreciated the conversation we had today and the thought pattern you put on it, and the fact that, yeah, it's a little more effort, but if it would work out the way you're thinking, it's well worth it.
Okay, thank you.
Is it?
That's it.
So, next on the list is the Lampiers contract renewal. You wanna go with that one?
Sure. So we received the renewal contract, and like before, it's a 3-year agreement. And 3 seasons is presented, for a total of $31,599.02 per season. In the agreement, it gives you a breakdown of how many cleanups, and they're very thorough. It's a very well scripted, of the items, the cemeteries, the complexes, the parks, with the cost per season. So I appreciated the fact they didn't leave a lot of gray area. And they've been known to do this, and they've been very dependable.
We've had a lot of years.
So, I would like to make a motion that we would approve this resolution, number 1120-2025-036, for a 3-year continuation of Lampiers lawn and landscape maintenance contract for $31,599.02 per season as presented.
Second.
Got any other conversation?
What are all the things that so you read through the cemeteries,
I'll give you a quickie if you like, cause it was pretty impressive. I was looking at it.
They mow everything that township owns except for the ball field.
what about that one cemetery that we have, isn't there a cemetery over here somewhere on
Windfall.
Huffman?
Windfall. No, nothing on Huffman.
Huffman, I thought there was a Little
There's a
cemetery.
cemetery on Granger, but that's private. We don't do nothing on that one.
Have they always been this detailed?
Yeah.
And does this match up with what the detail what they've given before? Okay.
I can go through the weekly mowings if you like. Just,
All
there's a dozen of them. It's Township Complex, Fenn Cemetery, Windfall Cemetery, Hamilton Cemetery, Remsen Cemetery, Hanover Island, Blakesley Park, North Jefferson Sidewalk, Forest View Large Retention Basin, Forest View Small Retention Basin, Franklin Drive Cul-de-sac Island, Township Police Station. Weekly weed control with Roundup. They have that, includes pruning the suckers and ornamental trees throughout the season. Those areas, red maple, and rock maple cul-de-sacs, cul-de-sac complex beds and parking lots, Township Police Station. Oh, this is all, that's under weed control. Yeah, fertilization, weed control, 3 applications, spring, late spring and fall. And the areas included are Town Hall, Fire Station 2, Fenn Cemetery, and Township Police Station. This is a different fertilization than our ball fields, correct? Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that.
We used to do that in-house, we lost Jeff, and he was the only license to do it.
Right. Then cut grasses back at end of season, that's Township Police Station, red maple and rock maple cul-de-sacs. Different pruning at Town Hall landscaping areas, Township Police Station, a couple times per year. Red maple, rock maple cul-de-sacs, 2 times per year. Spring and fall cleanups. It includes removing leaves, branches, also includes fall pruning of ornamental grasses at Town Hall. Areas included: Town Hall, Fenn Cemetery, Township Police Station. Spring and fall cleanup includes blowing leaves into the woods, Hamilton Cemetery, Windfall Cemetery, Remsen Cemetery, Township Police Station, Franklin Drive Cul-de-sac Island. Those are the areas of work that are specified. And this will be obviously clear 26, 27, and 28.
Get a roll call?
Can I get a, roll call, please?
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher? Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Thank you.
We just wanna make sure after the first of the year, we wanna do the purchase order made out to them. Then we do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
One spot.
I think there's only one signature line, is that correct?
You all can sign it if you want to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's only one page.
All right, next on the agenda is department head comments. Kenny?
I have nothing to say, thank you.
Blaine?
If you guys could help sign the lot combination that's sitting in the kitchen, so I can give that to the health department. And there's a set of site plans that also need signed this evening.
All right. Chief?
No comments, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Question? Mr.
Elaine,
Eastwood?
on the site plans, does that include the Cove subdivision off of Nettleton? Cause we,
Right. So they were denied,
right,
then they're gonna be they tabled for the next night, so they're gonna be on the December, but
So
there's still that denial from.
so we'll sign the pages, but that doesn't authorize, that doesn't approve them, that just
Correct.
simply,
They denied it, and that then it's gonna go to the BZA next month.
okay. So if it goes to the BZA and they, for some reason, approved it, don't we still have a say in it, don't we, or?
Well, so they denied it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I'm sorry.
It was very unlike you to not be on top of that.
Well, I made the mistake of looking at my cell phone, which I shouldn't do, but.
Okay, at the meeting this week, when we discussed that subdivision.
Yes.
Okay, and it was denied because of the, basically surrounding the well question, for the most part.
Well, that is the major legal issue.
Yeah,
As far as building houses on filled-in lakes, that's an issue, but legally, we don't have a whole lot of, other than strongly recommending they don't do it. But
Right.
because the well happens to be where the lake is, and our, excuse me, zoning says it has to be a 300-degree, circle,
300 foot.
300 feet, yes.
Yeah.
Away from the well, any new house could be built, that would take care of those 3 lots of where that lake is. And, that's what I was told was gonna happen by, Sony, but, obviously, when the plan came through, that's not what happened. And, as you were aware, most of the board members were, well, all of the board
Yeah.
members had spoken that they were totally against the whole thing. And, they were going to go to the, DBA the next night for a variance from the 300 feet down to 100. And,
As well as 100-foot setback.
yeah, well, when I mentioned the setbacks, he says that's only because of the well, which of course is the whole point. The well is causing a major problem on that whole thing. And, Mr. Simone asked me, how many variances the board had given to that 300 feet. And, 3, only 3, and only 1 out of the 3 had a structure built, and it was a barn. So, I think that kind of let them know that the board, I've not talked to them, I don't know what they're going to do, when and if they ever did it, but, I would hope that they would take a close look at that, so, Elaine called me the next morning and said they, wanted to have a continuance.
So to that point, and when you say a barn and it got built, my understanding is we have no say in agricultural items. My understanding is you wanna put a barn,
Technically, we don't, but,
you can put a barn, you can do agricultural stuff, and I've seen it happen at Granger where they put a barn over top of an existing creek.
yes, I
And,
know
and,
that's an
and,
issue.
and the trustees threw their hands up because they couldn't do anything, cause it was under ag exemptions.
Well, I think the one that, where the barn showed up, I think they wanted a house there initially, did they? They wanted a house, and we said absolutely not unless it was the 300 feet. So their choice then was they put a barn. But,
So to my point, are we wise in signing prints that, I don't know that we should be signing those until it gets past the hurdle of being approved somehow, or
well,
even thought of.
no, because you're signing what the zoning commission did, we denied it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do not sign anything from the ZBA, they're a totally independent quasi-legal board. So whatever they do, they just sign off and that's it, okay? You, as trustees, don't have any standing on those, so that's why it's important that we know what they're doing there and doing things right, so, our board had to turn it down. ZBA has a choice of what they wanna do, but obviously the developer decided it would be best if they, continue it. So,
But
I
by
just wanted to
double
understand
filing, but by double filing,
yeah,
he's asking. for double filing.
but I don't understand what the question is, cause you don't sign anything that has to do with the Board of Appeals, you only sign from the zoning commission. We denied it, so it's not coming back to our board unless they come in with a different plan.
So hold off on that.
Thank you,
because
let's
who
clear
knows,
that up.
They might change that some.
Thank you.
I'll let you know.
Thank you,
But if
appreciate it.
it's a new submittal, that one that we denied is legally denied. And you wouldn't have to even look at it till December, what was it, 4th, I think, something like that. So, I would just treat it any other way that you would with the.
Just would read it and say it's been denied by the board, and we agree to it or disagree with it, but
Yeah.
we agree with it.
It was denied by the zoning commission, that's a done deal. They went to the Board of Appeals on a double file, and when they saw the resistance, I guess is a good word, or at least some of the facts that were brought out, they decided it would be in their best option to, continue the zoning, at the ZBA. Now, if they do come up with another plan, they can't take that to the zoning Board of Appeals until they come back to the zoning commission, so.
So where we normally will move to approve a recommendation of your board,
Yes.
We don't do anything with the BZA.
right, but we don't have one of those motions to approve their denial tonight, correct?
You're approving what we did at the meeting and we denied it.
And that'll be
Right.
on December 4th.
That's not
Yes.
tonight, though.
No.
No.
No, it's 20th today.
That's what we're,
Perfect.
Okay.
We're good. Thank you.
we're good.
Alright. So, let's see here, new business, public records request transparency 9. So, just keeping up on what the public records are, we had 20 new requests since the last meeting. 16 of those 20 have been closed. We had 9 requests from Mike Costello, 8 of those have been closed. We had 3 requests from Angela Ventura, and we have closed 2 of those. We had 7 requests from Nick Dominguez, and 6 have been closed. And then we had 1 request from John Doe, which remains open. So we still have 103 outstanding requests from the years 23, 24, and 25 still. So it's going down slow, but just trying to keep up with the, so it was a busier week this one, so. Thank you for that. Next on the agenda is the approval of the 2025 October department reports. I'd like to make a motion to approve our October 2025 department reports. Police, single-sided 3 pages, zoning double-sided 6 pages, service single-sided 2 pages, and fire was a single-sided 2 pages, for a total of 13 pages.
Second. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye. Just one.
Alright, so next on the agenda is the sale of New Holland roadside mower discussion.
So Denny presented the fact we've got our new tractor and our new mower in our possession. Concept being, if you own a piece of machinery, over the course of time, you're gonna have to pay to maintain it, whether you're using it or not. Word on the street is hydraulic lines and stuff like that can go bad on you if you're not using them. I don't know. But he just wanted to make sure that we kept it on our radar. And I said we were thinking about, I would like to think about different ways we can use it, but practically speaking, it may still be better to market the thing and let it go to some other local entity.
If we kept it, I'm just, questioning, if we kept it, can two crews be out doing the same thing, so we would get it done twice as fast?
It wouldn't be feasible, no.
Okay.
Not on our roads. County roads, yes. They got a different mower that just lays down right along the side of it. With 2 boom mowers, no, it's not really.
Okay, no, I just,
Not really
no.
feasible in that manner.
So I was, when he and I were talking earlier, I said, I think we ought to try to, unless we come up with a reason why we really think we need to keep it and utilize it in some other fashion, we'd like to try to find a way by the end of the year to make a move, and we're gonna make it available do it
Right.
formally. And you guys, do you have any other reservations about it?
No, that was my question, whether it could be used
Well,
same
the
time.
other one that goes
things
down
done
is-
twice as fast, yeah.
Right, twice as fast, or if the other one goes down, you still have one, while it's in the repair shop. The other thing is you can always list it for sale at your price that you're looking at and still have it on hand if you need it, and, you know, if something happens, then you have it until it's sold.
So that tells me we still gotta think about it. That's all.
I did talk to Harrisville Township today again, he called me,
Mhm.
and he's willing to pay up like $50,000.
Oh. Okay, well, that might even be a little better than I initially thought we were
I
thinking.
was originally saying 35, 45. and
Well, that's what I was
then
hearing was 30s, yeah.
I asked him about it, and he's like, well, you want 50 grand, you know.
No, that's more encouraging for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if you wanna, you know, at that price, and if it's not gonna be used, at least, like I said, you can, what I just told you was we offer it up, and if we don't get what we want, we would still have it to use, but if we have somebody offering $50,000, which is
It's not
a
cheap.
large
It's
chunk,
okay. That's
Yeah,
a good
maybe
chunk
it's
of
one of those things, if you can get enough for it, it makes sense to sell it. If you can't,
try to
maybe
get
it
that
doesn't
one.
make sense to sell
I'll
it.
throw my fire truck in there too.
how
Yeah,
about-
if you want, like, you know, motion to let him enter into talks, the further discussion on it, you know.
I'd like to make a motion to allow Denny to have more formal conversation with Harrisville regarding the purchase of our old tractor, our New Holland tractor and boom mower. And, come next meeting, we'll present to act on it.
Second that.
Is that good? Roll call?
Mr. Eastwood,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Christopher.
Thank you, Denny.
I'll tell the superintendent over there, and then he can go back to his board.
Right.
You know, you gotta make a resolution up, going to the prosecutor's office, I got all the paperwork. That says that we're allowed to sell that to them, you know, another entity.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
You'll have to make a resolution stating that we'll sell it for 50 grand, if that's what they wanna do us for, so.
You bet.
Alright, so next on the agenda is public comment, so I'd like to remind everybody that, please keep it respectful, please keep it to 2 minutes, please speak clearly, state your name and your address, and I'd like to make a motion to enter into public comment. Roll call.
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood,
Aye.
Mr. Christopher.
Aye.
Alright, the floor is now open to public comment. Anybody? Angela?
I'm Angela Ventura, 3833 Worcester Lane. I am delivering my three-day notice that's required before filing a public records complaint in the Ohio Court of Claims. A written copy is being provided. Now I'm placing that on the table for the township, and the delivery's been made. Thank you.
Anybody else? Motion to close public comment.
Second.
Alright, so next is trustee comments. Oh, nice. No.
Mr. Johnson,
No. Sure.
Mr. Christopher,
Yeah.
Mr. Eastwood.
Aye.
I gotta make a motion to go
Sure,
into that,
yes,
you
and
know?
I.
Tradition, everyone, that's a good become thing to make motions to go into that, it's just part of it. Alright, I'd like to make a motion to go into trustee comment.
Second.
Anybody got any comments, Mr. Christopher?
The one thing is, there's comments going around town on different social media and everything about the Bohattie property. And it's really misunderstood that the Bohattie property's been zoned that way for 11 years.
At least,
Pardon?
I said at least.
Yeah, and, no, I looked up the date, and, it's been zoned that way. They've got every right to do it. If we would've tried to stop it, we would be sued and we would lose. So it's unfortunate that some of the things are being said out there, but,
Well,
There-
some of the misnomers, you know, is it city property, is it township property, we had something to do with
Right.
it, and again, actually was meeting with the mayor this morning, and we talked about the property, with even like policing that area where it enters in there, so basically what it is on, Reagan there, it's, the city has an easement, right, chief, is that what we were talking about? So they have an easement on it, but technically, the land is ours, so the city owns like 99% of the road. So that property is the township's, but it's private property, just like all the farms and everything else that turn into different developments, this is what it is. I would have to say, just driving down, it was eye-opening to see how fast they could destroy a forest.
They changed it quickly.
So I understand where some of the people online were just, it's, cause it's a wow, you know, it is, you know, something that we've been around forever, and we've seen all those woods and forests, and, you know, all of a sudden it's gone. So, yeah, it's.
I used to drive through this area to get to Chatham when I was a kid. And all Medina was cows on one side and corn on the other side, exaggerated, but that's pretty much what it was. So when they build a development like mine, I'm sure other people were upset when they built it. And now this one's being built, or gonna be built, that's all, but it's not low income either. It's gonna be expensive housing, expensive rentals too.
Alright, anything else?
Yep.
Mr. Eastwood?
Well, yes, I'd like to start off by, I was obviously not here at the last meeting. Thankfully, my wife and I got to go on vacation for our 34th anniversary, and we enjoyed everything that happened on the sandy beach of Englewood Beach, Florida. That being said, I do want to formally thank everybody for their support in the election, and the positive reinforcement that was given to Bruce and I. Very much appreciate that and don't want that to go unstated. Today I had some conversation with the developer of the Bohattie property, and while he's not on social media, he had heard some of the things being said, and he said that they claim we're getting rid of all the vegetation, we're getting rid of all the woods. He says there's between 30 and 35 acres of green space that's gonna remain that is a significant percentage of the ground. It's a lot. And he said, so, you know, while I'm not gonna get into the weeds with people when they're basing conversations on hearsay, he says, if you get a chance to share that, so I have shared that. And he mentioned at one point that he wanted to see if they could work with the parks to enhance that 30, 35 acres. I don't think that's possible with the zoning that we have. That is all, you know.
It has to be part of the property.
Right.
He broached that with me some time ago.
Yeah.
And, the problem with, initially, they need so much open space, okay? And what the park wants is their open space, but if you take, let's just say 50 acres for argument value, if you take 50 acres away from that property, you're taking the potential of 100 houses away. And of course, they wanna have, like every developer, the maximum amount of houses they can fit on there legally, and that's 260. And so when they asked me about it before, I said, if you wanna give some of that to the park, you've just lost 100 houses. And, oh, well, no, we won't do that. Okay, so, the HOA will be responsible for maintaining it. And, that should all be written into the, documents. And, after it's all built and developed and the HOA is everything, if the HOA decides they want to transfer, although they keep it, they can't build on it or do anything of that nature, because that's what happened here down by the old golf driving range down here on Huffman. That's a possibility, but that was done long after the development was approved, built, and a done deal, but they, so I told him that there might be potential down the road, and, but not now. If you do it now, it's a disaster for them, not for us. But, I also talked with Doug Lair today, and I would assume he brought up the issue of another entrance off of Ledgewood. Did he talk to you about that?
He did.
Just
He
years
did.
ago, okay.
He did, yes.
So, it's an interesting situation. And it's a shame that that situation's been forced on us by the city of Medina. We said we didn't want, a separation in the road. But without some sort of extra ingress and egress, they're finding it very difficult to find, commercial entities that wanna be there. Shocker, how that will work. They have two options, which I'm sure he discussed with you. And the one option, possibly could be helpful if the township supported, that option, if they so feel that they can do that. So that's kind of up to, did he talk to you about that, I assume?
I'm lost in some of the vagueness of the conversation, but there was a couple options, one of which was one Elaine had talked about earlier regarding a business that was going
Yes,
defunct.
they did try to buy that business and they couldn't get it.
And that's part of because they were moving progress in a positive way, and then that whole network sold all their real estate to another entity holding.
Yes,
So it's still possible, but everything is off the table right now.
right.
So
They did try to buy it as an individual lot, but
Right.
the larger company would not sell it. Using that lot would be a very tight environment of, inbound and exbound. They would probably have to limit it just to cars and no trucks. The trucks would have to come in off of Jefferson. The other option is to get a 50-foot easement from the health department, cause they have 307 feet of frontage that they're not using at the moment. And, a 50% easement or purchase, whichever they can work out, I don't think would be detrimental to the health department's possibility of maybe expanding in the future, cause that would still leave 250 feet. And, but again, the board, the health board, not the
Yes.
commissioner of health, Chrissy's not an issue, it's the board. And, previous attempts at getting any cooperation, fell into a little bit of a quandrum from
Yeah.
a couple members. So
They're
they wanna
working on it.
try that again, and they would like some help and support from the trustees.
Yeah.
Part of the issue should be that there's another entrance there off of Ledgewood is from a safety standpoint. Because if that ever gets developed and there's X number of stores in there, and there's a fire, if they can't come in off of Ledgewood, they can't come in off of, unless they go a certain way, off of, excuse me, 42, they'd have to go all the way down to Jefferson and come back up, and we all know and that's for the police, and that's also for the ambulances. That extra minute or two or three to do that roundabout could be a big difference, so, it would be, I think, in everybody's best interest if an arrangement can be worked out with the health department to get a 50-foot easement, and I know, Doug told me the things that he would be more than willing to offer besides the cash for it, so.
Right.
Hopefully, if you know any board members of the health department and you feel so inclined, a kind word, if you think that's a good idea, would be probably appreciated.
Well, I encourage them that was something that they had to work out with the health department, you know, and it'll take its place. Those people know how to work that.
Well, there was
So-
a conflict between that person, and that person's gone, so hopefully there won't be any more conflict and it can be worked out, because it's the same zoning that Stonegate was developed under, the exact same stone. Commercial up front, residential in the back, so that hasn't been changed, so anybody complaining about that we might have changed the zoning for it, we didn't, you know? And I understand there's been some comments about, oh, we're gonna find barrels everywhere. Well, they did in the 90s, but it was cleaned up, and the EPA and everybody went out there again, just as a regular type of thing they do, and it's been declared free and clear twice now, so that should not be an issue.
We'll find out again.
All right, yeah. The other thing I wanted to touch base was, at the the last zoning commission meeting, there was a development off Nettleton Road. Well, we touched on that it's got some issues to deal with, mostly around the oil and gas, notation in the drawings. This week also I had several positive, residential comments, getting back into the fold of things. The gentleman on Foskett Road called, and he had some concerns, and Denny's crew helped out with some, and gave him answers for others, so he was very encouraged with the fact that he had someone to talk to, and he got help. Gentleman today, last week he called to set up a meeting, but we met here at 2 o'clock today, and I was really encouraged because his history is in a lot of legal policy making, public records. We had a good conversation for a little while, and he'd heard me talk about wanting to do, believing in committees. He goes, I don't want a job. I don't want to be the boss, but I got a lot of history. I got a lot to offer, and I'm willing to if you want to, reach out when the time comes. So those are the kind of things I really appreciate about the township. And we have quite a few people like that. It's just connecting the dots, but it's getting better because people are calling. So, and then the last thing, listening to the meeting, from last week, there was a comment made, I believe it was from, Angela Ventura regarding Lexipol and the expense, insinuating that it was something that was not used. If I understood it right, if I didn't, forgive me. But Lexipol is a service that our police department uses. It uses it daily. It keeps our men up with the current standards, and the purpose is so, and they're even tested on it. So if the guys get into a situation, they have direct access to how to deal with it. And so it's really an invaluable resource. I just wanted to clear it wasn't a waste of $5,000 or $6,000, but it was something they actually do use. That's all.
Can we go, excuse me,
Trustee Johnson, do you have anything?
can I speak to that or no? Just because it isn't really,
Well, it was an opinion that you had stated, and it was an opinion that he stated, so I don't know, there's no discussion.
but it wasn't actually an opinion, it was something that was stated in the meeting back.
All I know is I'm over there and they use it. I was literally over there on Friday and we were talking about using it basically every day, so.
Well, I understand, but at a meeting prior to this,
All right.
it was stated that they didn't, but that, I mean,
Okay.
I'll just call it up and bring it next time, that's fine.
It's an opinion, so. if
Well,
you
no,
have-
when somebody says that they're not, but that's fine, I understand, Chuck, I know you don't want to hear it, so that's fine.
All right, so my comment, finally. Weymouth Preservation Society has been going on with, help me here, why am I getting brain bug all of a sudden? Diane. you
Yes.
know. And, so they have paid for, tree removal and stump removal and the grant thing, and so there's some bad blood going on. And so they are moving their stuff out of the school.
That's a done deal.
Yes, so she had reached out to me asking if she can get some help from you and Denny with moving some of the file cabinets and stuff like that are too much for them. A lot of it is, township history and stuff. I also know that they have like the first police chief uniforms and fire stuff like that, so I've actually talked with, our police department about housing some of that stuff until we can kind of figure out what they're doing. I know there's just, bad blood going on right now and things are fluid, but I definitely wanna take care of our township history and our stuff like that. Even brought up against the idea to them with the Weymouth Preservation Society of doing something with the Medina Township Historical Committee or something to that extent to keep track of our history and go for it. So hopefully something will come of that, but they were asking maybe if we can get a little bit of help with moving some of that stuff. And I said that should not be a problem for our guys. So she may be in touch with just getting the cabinets moved and stuff like that. I wish it would be something different. But if you know both of them, when they get a certain way, it is what you can do.
You know where they wanna take the file cabinets? Or-
She has a storage unit that she's purchasing, so I think that's what she's doing. I did tell her that some of the township stuff that we would probably wanna have back, that we can, the stuff that we have with the, the police chief uniform and stuff, I think that would be kinda cool to display that. So we're gonna look at what they have and we can try to display what we can, but we can't have the amount of stuff that they have in that schoolhouse with what little area that we have, We have a little tiny foyer and stuff, but we'll try to do our best to support and help. It is our history, so that's,
I'll touch base with Susan, see if she.
all right. Other than that, I don't think I have anything, so nothing else in front of the board. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Christopher?
Aye.
Mr. Eastwood?
Aye.
So the time is now 8:20, call meeting.